This upcoming episode of Jian Lai, Sword of Coming, brings three major highlights to the table. Cui Dongshan effortlessly handling the old flood dragon's family of three, Chen Ping'an consulting Chunfeng when faced with indecision, and the iconic scene of Cui Dongshan washing his hair with sword qi. Consider this a heads-up, however, the next episode is highly likely to be another filler. As we saw from the preview material at the end of episode 11, when Cui Dongshan reveals his sage manifestation, the water god is a bit bewildered but still tries to test its authenticity by relying on his geographical home field advantage. Why do we say Cui Dongshan has a natural suppression over flood dragons? Boils down to three minor reasons. First, his own handsome flood dragon skin is actually a genuine immortal's sloughed skin. Second is the rule-based suppression of the literary lineage. Even though Cui Dongshan rebelled against the literary sage's lineage, he remains a scholar recognized by the laws of heaven and earth. While the Confucian Sage manifestation he uses is only half real, the golden characters he wields are authentic Confucian techniques. Third, Cui Dongshan holds an inkstone from the Dragon Binding Temple, a magical treasure similar to the Dragon King basket, but more on that later. In the preview, Cui Dongshan asks, "Tell me, old woman, do you believe it or not?" Clearly, the water god's attempt to test him has failed. With a single Confucian incantation, where earth mounts up into hills, flood dragons will breed. Cui Dongshan makes the entire Grand Water Mansion shake with just those 8 simple words, causing the water god's blood to churn as he drops to his knees begging for mercy. You can see that the jade table where the water god was sitting is already fractured, and this is just the result of Cui Dongshan casually stomping his foot. In the original novel, Cui Dongshan even brings out a white jade chair for himself to sit on, ultimately gifting it to the water god as a smooth favor. What follows is Cui Dongshan laying all his cards on the table, casually deciding the life and death of everyone present. Using the water god's own hands, he eliminates the 2 subordinates, the water snake spirit and the carp spirit, who had attacked him earlier. This serves as a direct response to the water god previously allowing his underlings to test the waters. The anime will likely leave the water god with at least 1 subordinate, otherwise he'd be left completely bare as a commander. The elder of the Lineage sect is definitely going to be eliminated, along with those 2 beasts, the snake and the fox. The reason Cui Dongshan is so decisive against the Lineage sect is due to their ties with the royal family of the Huangting kingdom. The Lineage sect has already decided to live or die with Huangting, so they must be eradicated sooner or later. As for the literary giant Tang Jiang, Cui Dongshan points out his identity with the Dali Empire's green bamboo pavilion, and the old man finally recognizes him as the Grand State Preceptor. Tang Jiang has been lying low in the Huangting kingdom for years. While he hasn't achieved massive merits, he has put in the hard work. With the Dali Empire preparing to march south, Tang Jiang's chance to turn his fortunes around is approaching. A single sentence from the state preceptor moves the old man to tears. Then there is the assistant magistrate. Cui Dongshan tells him to take a message back to the regional inspector, either go down with the Huangting kingdom or defect to Dali for a prosperous official career. Given the circumstances, they will surely make their choice. From the later preview snippet of Cui Dongshan talking to the old flood dragon, the main hall is visibly bloodstained. Safe to believe that those who needed to be killed were killed, and those who needed to leave have left. All of this is Cui Dongshan paving the way for Dali's invasion of Huangting, maneuvering the mountain deities like the Hanxi River water god while laying the groundwork with the local mortal officials. Furthermore, Cui Dongshan asks the water god for his impression of the commandery governor, Wei Li. The water god gives him a mixed review, which perfectly aligns with Wei Li's style of trying not to offend either side. In the original novel, although Cui Dongshan thinks highly of Wei Li and generously admits that he will become one of his disciples in the future, he still sets up a series of traps for him, ultimately forcing him into serving Dali. The Hanxi River water god and Wei Li's lover Liu Jiehui both play crucial roles in this scheme. It is likely that the anime will streamline these plot points, simply explaining the stakes to Liu Jiehui and Wei Li should know what to do. He is considered somewhat of a positive character, having helped resolve Chen Ping'an's crisis with the Lineage sect cultivators and cleaning up after their battle. Cui Dongshan not only paves a clear path for him but also helps finalize his union with 𝐄𝐏𝐈𝐒𝐿. Since 𝐄𝐏𝐈𝐒𝐿 is also a spy for Dali, it's clear the Huangting kingdom is completely riddled with infiltrators. However, the events at the Grand Water Mansion aren't over yet. The anime has also written Xiang Mansion's Wu Yi and the old flood dragon into this scenario. In reality, these two do appear in the original story, just not in this exact setting. Wu Yi from Xiang Mansion is the old flood dragon's paramour, and the Hanxi River water god is his youngest son. He actually has an eldest son who is out traveling and has no screen time for now. So, this small Hanxi River water mansion essentially hosts a family reunion of three. In the preview, the old dragon says, "Did you think you could just sit back and reap the rewards by hiding behind the scenes and instigating your brother to act?" Seeing Wu Yi's panicked expression, she undoubtedly knows everything that just unfolded at the mansion. The old dragon also calls out her scheme. She encouraged her brother to attack simply because she wanted to devour the dragon chi on their target. This closely matches the original work, where the old dragon and Wu Yi run into Chen Ping'an's group on the street. Wu Yi took one look at their target and greedily licked her lips, a movement Cui Dongshan caught perfectly. Because of that, the founding ancestor of Xiang Mansion paid a heavy price. By having the old flood dragon appear early, the anime makes it look like the classic trope of beat the young one, and the old one comes out for revenge. In reality, Cui Dongshan wants to make a deal with him, offering him the position of dean at Dali's Pian Mountain Academy, thoroughly binding the old dragon to the Dali Empire. The old dragon tries to negotiate for more benefits but gets thoroughly sabotaged by his own son and daughter. The deciding factor is that Cui Dongshan holds the dragon-binding temple inkstone, which restricts the old dragon's true form. Being so easily controlled, he loses all leverage to argue. Cause Wu Yi and the Hanxi River water god tried to pull a fast one, Cui Dongshan deals a harsh punishment to this family of three. In the preview, Cui Dongshan says, "I've wasted so much breath on you, shouldn't you be carefully pondering my reasoning?" Note that he refers to himself here as Cui Chan, speaking to the old dragon in his true capacity as the Grand State Preceptor. Looking at the injuries on the old dragon, it's clear Cui Dongshan used the inkstone to destroy 300 years of his cultivation base. Likewise, Wu Yi of Xiang Mansion is also severely punished by the old dragon. Only then is the deal between the old dragon and Cui Chan finalized. The old dragon becomes the mountain lord of Dali's Pian Mountain Academy, and the Hanxi River water god will assist Dali in annexing the Huangting kingdom. As for Wu Yi, she will cross paths with Chen Ping'an later on. Not only does she rack her brains to gift him various treasures to get in his good graces, but she also gets a river goddess who comes asking for her help to pull a honey trap, knocking on Chen Ping'an's door in the middle of the night, all dressed up to throw herself at him, making Chen Ping'an blush furiously. To be continued. Next time we'll talk about Dongshan washing his hair at the bottom of the well.